Alright guys, we are back for another Dokkan Battle video. Gonna be a busy day today. We have a lot of content here for both Global and JP between the data downloads. We're gonna have celebration info on JP in a little bit. We just overall have a lot of stuff going on, right? So let's go ahead and jump in. So we have the data download for October 3rd of 2023. For Global, we have promo movie, Turles, Hispania units, sub EZAs, and free-to-play cards. Growth event is the Inherited Hope. That is it's essentially like a new Turtle School event, right? Where, you know, you're going to be able to get Elder Kais, Link level stages, just a lot of, like, resources, right? We have some new, you know, Dokkan event for Turles, as well as a Prime Battle event for LR Dr. Wheelo. Super Battle Road stage, a new Dragon Ball story in LR Rose EZA, a Battlefield, and then some Tagundos, some tickets as well. Alright, so let's go ahead and see what we got here. So we got to Turles. Turles is... I mean, yeah, I feel like I want to call him mid, unfortunately. I mean, it's definitely... Dokkan this year, I mean, we now have to have a real discussion about how badly made just, like, every character seems to be. Right? It's just, it's a real... problematic thing where they release so many characters who just can't really perform that well. The number one issue with Turles is once he's fully built up, right? Well, I mean, yeah, like a lot of characters, right? But once you do your 4 supers, Turles is never going to struggle for ki as a TUR. 20% damage reduction, I mean, it'll allow him to take a little bit of the bite off of supers, but really the main problem with this character is this should be changed to 10% per super up to 50% or something like that. That would make a significant difference for this guy. And we're talking about a Dokkan Fest, so that's not like, oh my god, like, you know, look at you with your Mickey... Remember when people used to say the Mickey Mouse checklist? Yeah, but, I mean, that's what this guy would have needed to be quite a bit better. I mean, he would be a much better option if that's exactly how he was made, right? If he was made in a way where, you know, his damage reduction actually mattered. He gets this extra defense as well. And then after you do 6 attacks, he gets this right here. But the problem is he's just not special, right? You're going to be doing super attack into a lot of additional normals. It's like, you know, he does stack attack, which is nice. Because, you know, and the HP regen is good as well. He does potentially, a lot of times this active skill does hit very hard. This Great Ape Kid Gohan active skill, because he stacks attack, which means its damage is going to go way up. But major issue for Turles is he's a villain. And he has all these villain links. His performance is quite a bit better when he's next to Big Bad Bosses, Search for Conquest, Destroy the Universe characters. But a lot of those characters just really aren't that impressive. So you're left in a situation where Turles is just kind of like, I don't know, not really that special. Or it's kind of like, okay, like, we're going to run Turles, but, you know, of course, we're going to run Big Bad Boss's character, so he's looking good, and then we lose because of it. Or it's like, we run Turles, but it's like, well, Big Bad Boss's characters suck for the most part, so let's not run them, and maybe run just, like, some pure Saiyan characters instead, and then Turles is completely worthless. So, not good. Dokkan has to do a better job. Especially with some of these villain releases, of making them significantly more tighter, right? Like, I do like what they did with Turles, right? So we could see, we have Amon and Raisin, and we have Diaz and Cacao. The funny thing is I feel pretty negative about him, and he did, I mean, he, more than nearly any other character this year, he did sort of get help. So we have Amon and Raisin. This is a nice character right here. Strong defensive / support character. I would really say they are kind of like the villain version of Vegeta and Trunks, except they're supporting as well, right? This support is really nice. They build up not by getting hit, but whenever guard is activated, which means, you know, you give them a full dodge build, and they are going to be building up just by dodging, right? Because when guard is activated, as long as you're in slot 1 where they guard and have damage reduction, even if they dodge in slot 1, they will be building up, which is really good. So, the design of this character is really nice. Obviously, we're at a point right now where, unfortunately, the bosses and stuff like that, they are, whatchamacallit, like the Red Zone fusions and also some of these fights are just so hard. Like, you are taking a lot of damage right at the start, but this character, you know, like Vegeta and Trunks, like AGL Carnival Goku, many of these characters, after they take several hits, they are a pretty solid defensive character. So that's good. I like this unit. This is a really strong banner unit. This is one of the best banner units in the game. Actually, is this still the best banner unit in the game? Yeah, they probably are, huh? Either this or Krillin. This unit is very good, though. Right? It's like, if only this is what Frost looked like. Like, if only this is what Zarbundo, the Universe 2 dudes. I gotta learn their names. Ramra, Zarbudo, and whatever the last guy's name is. I wish they were this good. Diaz and Cacao. Now, the issue I've found with this character is very, very simple. This character, they messed up bad by not making this character a support as well. So, I find myself wondering, why bring this character, if I'm using Turles, when I would just bring a Big Bad Boss's character instead, because Big Bad Boss is the best Link in the game, and that's going to be more impactful for Turles than this character is right here. I do like, in slot 2 or 3, their dodge chance is quite good, which of course is really good, right? Because right now you can't, it's very difficult to tank these big bosses. Just outright dodging it is a very effective strategy, but I don't know why they couldn't have supported as well. Because again, I just find myself rather running a Big Bad Boss's character than them. Or at least trying to. I mean, in some of these newer Red Zone fights, maybe not so much, but you guys get what I'm saying. That's kind of their issue. I think that banner units really should be designed around supporting the new Dokkan Fest. This character, you know, does link up well with Turles, and they have a defensive tool for Turles as well, but they should have been more. Because again, we're at the villains. Like, they could a superclass character. It's like, oh yeah, they've got this weaknesses or something like that, and then it's just covered up by Orange Piccolo and Bulma and LR Future Gohan. It's like, well, who cares? But it's like, you know, I don't know. Like, Piccolo Jr. is not able to cover up every single weakness for every single villain, because Piccolo Jr. typically you can't run him in slot 1. Piccolo Jr. is half as good in slot 1 as he is in slot 2 or 3. So that's the issue. Fusion Zamasu certainly is a very powerful villain, I guess. But you know, it's like he does lose effectiveness as the turns go on. Right, first turn he could tank anything. Second turn, you know, once you get the 60% damage reduction is scary mode, which sounds crazy, but it's true. All right, so we have them. Next we have sub-EZAs for the physical Goku and EGL Grid Ape Turles. I think this is a good example of Turles actually getting help that many characters do not, right? This Grid Ape Turles is a decent option. Like nearly any other character in the game, he does get smoked by AoEs, but this guy is very capable of tanking normal attacks after super attacking, which is really pretty decent. He does have a great ape transformation as well. By now, everyone is well aware of how this works, where the Grid Ape transformation, the thing with it is you will cancel boss special abilities. So Turles having a Grid Ape transformation character there is pretty good. So maybe against, like, you know, like Red Zone Zamasu or Red Zone Goku Black, this guy is like a really good option to bring. Probably not the greatest against Red Zone Fusion Zamasu, but I mean, this guy's at least an option in some fights. This guy probably really would be quite good against Red Zone Goku Black, because he's going to have type advantage in that opening phase as well to kind of help you get settled, which I think could be pretty good. Like, this is a decent character, right? I do wish that we had, you know, a little bit of defense right there, but it is what it is. It's at least he's getting defense, you know, here, and then here. This is not really too much of an issue, the 5 Space Traveling Warrior category allies, because, I mean, typically with Turles' team, I do find myself running that, although I guess if we're going to run pure Saiyan characters, you know, that's going to take away from that. We have this Goku. My main problem with this Goku, it's nice that he's a support. I mean, remember, this is a sub-EZA, so I shouldn't really be too harsh on him, but he is a support character, which is good. We do love that. But my major issue is, you know, he's a nuking character. Nuking characters, in my opinion, really are not that effective these days unless they're creating the orbs themselves. And Goku is creating orbs, he's creating type orbs, right? If you create rainbow orbs, in my experience, 85% of the time, you're really setting up orbs nicely for the entire rotation. Occasionally, you'll change rainbow orbs and like you're still kind of like cocked, but it does seem rather rare. I had it happen a couple of times with Bulma in the Dismal Future Red Zone, but for the most part, again, it's pretty rare. So by the time you get to slot 3 where this guy is going to be, you're probably going to have used up these physical orbs, which means you're not really going to get to take advantage of the 50% defense. I don't know. I'm not the biggest fan of this guy, but again, he's not, considering this is a sub-EZA, I mean, we could always think about the Saiyan Day EZAs and how bad they were, and this guy is not on that level, nowhere near it, right? So, that's good. That's definitely good. Alright, so we have that. Oh, let's keep going through here. So next thing we have LR Dr. Wheelo. This really sucks. LR Dr. Wheelo is not good. Still just a lot of like raw stats and like medium chance to guard against 2 enemies. Like, you know, it's just like clown show stuff. I am bummed. I really wish Dr. Wheelo would have gotten the Dokkan Fest over Turles. Because I don't anticipate Dr. Wheelo is getting another like big character. I mean, I guess even he's only a free-to-play LR, but it's still an LR. I really wish that this would have been the Dokkan Fest instead of Turles. Because whereas, like, Turles, I mean, as the evil Goku, we could easily get another Turles. But are we getting another Dr. Wheelo? Like, probably not for a long time. It's unfortunate, but Dr. Wheelo really is not going to amount to very much. Maybe if you're doing some specific, like, revenge category mission, like, and oh, we're running our AGL revenge category characters or something like that, I guess. But, like, that's pretty much it, right? Okay, so yeah, Dr. Wheelo, not really too crazy. And then we have this Turles. So right now, he's in this form for Global. And then he's going to get his Dokkan Awakening into this one. And then his Dokkan Awakening into this one right here. He gets 2 Dokkan Awakenings. He does not EZA, but just the 2 Dokkan Awakenings. I like what this guy is doing. So again, remember, this is a free-to-play character. We're getting defense on Super Attack Effect, which is good. He just gets stats. 30% debuff to enemies. Really good for, like, Super Battle Road, potentially Battlefield. He has Stunning right there. He could guard against multiple enemies. And then he dodges if the enemy's in attack down. So it's like, let's say we're going to run him in low-class Warrior Super Battle Road. He'll be debuffing the enemies. He could stun them. He could dodge. And he could guard. I think that he's actually a rather effective character for Super Battle Road content as a free-to-play character. This is good, because what I'm looking for a lot of times with characters is a clear, defined purpose. This guy's got it. This guy doesn't. I mean, I guess I would say this guy, at least the support makes it a little bit better. This guy is a nice help to Turles. This unit, I guess they could help Turles a little bit, but it's not the craziest, unfortunately. This unit has a great purpose of helping Turles. We know what Turles wants to do with a lot of damage. Yeah. So we have the Inherited Hope event. Again, basically a new Roshi daily stage. We have the Turles new stage added to his Dokkan event. Okay, sure. We have the Prime Battle here for LR Dr. Wheelo. We have Powerful Comeback Super Battle Road as well. We have the new Dragon Ball Story event. This is, you know, the Tree of Might. This is where you're going to be able to grind up the free-to-play Turles right there. 9 stages, sure. Then, of course, there's a couple of movies. You have the physical Turles intro. And then, of course, this is the support memory right here. This is the support memory you get from the Tree of Might event right there. Then LR Int Rose. He, of course, is weak to Vegeta family. We have Battlefield, and then there's usual like tickets, stuff like that. They updated some quotes, updated some assets and stuff like that. Very good, very good. And then this right here, the Gohan's Heart support memory, which again you get from the Dragon Ball story. So there we go. There is the global data download. Again, quite a bit of stuff is actually coming to both global and JP. Both these celebrations are pretty stacked. I remember saying this many times back in June. People were crying, and it's like, well, actually, there's kind of a lot of stuff here. And as you guys can see, that is true. So let me know what you guys think of the global data download and the global Turles celebration coming up. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you guys next time.